Hey, Vash here. Today we're here to talk about Lost Ark and save you from making some huge mistakes while we go over the tips and tricks that are going to turn you into a pro. Do you know which are the most overpowered classes in the game? Do you know what is the single most important thing that you should be doing in Lost Ark? Did you know that the pros are using a huge AI trick to get a huge advantage over you? Do you know the most overpowered way to apply your skills? We are going to cover all of that and so much more. If you aren't able to absorb all of this in one go, don't worry. This game has an overwhelming amount of things to learn, and I'm going to be there for you guys every step of the way. We do a massive amount of research for all of our videos, so if this video helps you out, please consider joining my team by hitting like and subscribe. Huge thank you to all of my donators on Patreon and Twitch for making this video possible. More on that at the end of the video. So yes, this is absolutely a pay-to-win game, but thankfully not in any of the ways that break or ruin the game like in so many free-to-play MMOs before it. They have designed this game so that free-to-play players can get everything that a pay-to-win player can get. Even the pay-exclusive cosmetic items can and will be sold to the free players, which is awesome and actually feeds into the in-game economy, which is amazing. A key way that Lost Ark balances the pay players and the free players is with alts. Alts in other games can be pretty terrible for the game, but in Lost Ark, they are a key element of the entire progression strategy. But more on that later. Lost Ark is a crazy, complex game with layer after layer for you to learn, but we can simplify that down. The entire point of the game in a nutshell is to get to level 50, then to increase your gear score and stats higher and higher so that you can unlock more and more dungeons. You will never stop trying to increase your stats and gear score ever. Everything else revolves around that idea. Lost Ark is a full-blown MMO with the best of everything that an MMO of your dreams has to offer. This is a forever game with nearly infinite content that you will likely never completely beat. This game has new characters, dungeons, and content being produced constantly, and it's already a massive game that has been out since 2018 in Korea. So the game already has more to do than any other MMO in the world. The only difference is that this MMO is a top-down ARPG, which is an action role-playing game. If you love PvE, this game is going to give you the addiction you've been looking for. You'll be happy to know that PvP is entirely opt-in and will not affect you at all unless you feel like participating, and the game will give you some great incentives to do so. If, however, you are a huge PvP fan, you can start competing the second you hit level 50. And you'll be comforted knowing that pay to win in this game gives zero advantages against other players. And the only thing that matters is player skill and choosing the most broken OP god classes in the game. But we'll discuss more on that later in the video. If you are a maxed out player or a pay to win whale that wants to smash, you can play against the most powerful players on the planet. The 6v6 Guild Arena is a full gear PvP where the juggernauts will battle for supremacy. For those of you who want to compete professionally and make money being a PvP god, MLG is already a thing for this game, and cash tournaments have already happened and are only a matter of time in the West. You have a lot to look forward to as you learn more and get better and better at the game. Alright, so here is a huge tip. This is going to sound like a lot for a new player, but don't worry. Just listen carefully and you'll get the hang of it. Getting to level 50 as fast as possible is a massive advantage. Now, I don't really want to ruin the game for you, and I highly encourage you to take the game really slowly and enjoy every minute detail of the experience and not to rush through the content. I am 100% confident that you'll have a way better experience and you'll love the game way more in the long run. Now, that said, once you are a pro, you are going to be all about that gear score life, and a really huge advantage to know is that the daily quests are the single most important thing in all of Lost Ark. Let's break down how pro players will use this to completely blow new players out of the water and compete easily with even the pay-to-win whales. Daily quests can be completed once per day on every single one of your alts, and weekly quests once per week. This is the key to all progression, but more on that later. Silver and gold are the two main currencies in the game. Gold is the most popular and powerful currency in the game. It is used to upgrade items, trade with other players, and buy blue crystals. Gold equals progress and gear score progression. The only way to get gold is by completing weekly quests and timed events. The main source is weekly abyss raids and void dungeons. You can get it for exchanging Epona badges by doing weekly and daily Epona confederations to earn badges. Some islands have timed events that will also give gold. Silver is the second most common currency. It is used to repair your gear, to pay the teleportation fee in order to fast travel to other towns. You can fill up items with energy, as well as buying standard potions and awakening shards, but the most important is for re-rolling items. The best way to get it is to do your daily chaos dungeon. These two currencies will be your absolute everything playing Lost Ark. All of your progression and success will sit behind these two currencies. The pros will use this to their advantage by running dailies on as many alts as they can possibly handle before they lose their minds, which is why the incentive to rush to 50 is such a big deal. Once you get to level 50, on any of your alts, you can complete a quest that unlocks your daily quests, and you can start grinding them every single day to achieve the maximum free-to-play progression bonus. The reason they do this on alts is because all gold is shared between all of your characters on the server. So the more alts you can handle dailies on, the more stupid rich you will become, and the more your gear score will absolutely blow up when you spend it all on your main. So definitely take your time and have fun, but be prepared to have a ton of fun playing as many alts as you can handle. All right, with that covered, the next big tip we want to go over is where you should be putting your skills. Your class's combat skills are how you do damage in Lost Ark. As you level in the game, you will get skill points, which you use to level up your skills. Every time you use a skill point, it will increase your damage and general stats of that skill. You can level your skills up to a total of 12, but you need different amounts of skill points to increase the level. Every class can use 8 skills at a time. One really effective strategy is to put a lot of skill points into mobility to start with as you are leveling, and then later switching to your best AoE abilities to clear mobs. You can reset your skill points for free whenever you want, so you can try out different combinations, but here's what you really need to remember. Only pick 4 skills. It's not so much important which skills you pick. Go with whatever feels like the most fun and powerful. The key is only picking 4 of them and leveling them evenly. If you spread your points out, your character will feel extremely weak. If you focus all of your points into 4 skills, your abilities will be incredibly powerful, and you will decimate everything up to level 50 with very little trouble. The tripod system is how you further customize your individual skills. When you level a skill to 4, 7, and 10, you get to choose a bonus from a tree that grants the skill a special ability, enhancing its power, giving the skill more range or attack speed, increased damage, or even change to elemental damage. The increase in power is huge, and the choice is yours. Tripods also have their own levels, which can strengthen the skill's stats even more. This is used by the tripods you have on your gear, which increase the level of your tripods. You can have multiple skill combos saved for different situations, for say, max DPS against a boss, or a setup geared to maximize your PvP effectiveness. Another really interesting factor to consider when choosing your skills is the stagger and part break mechanics. There is a stagger bar on mobs and bosses, a purple thin bar that when depleted causes the monster to fall over and stop all actions. The stagger effect is crucial to clearing certain endgame boss content. Some skills will indicate a stagger bonus on the skill window, so keep an eye out when choosing your skill set. The part break mechanic can cause some monsters to change patterns or become weakened when you succeed in breaking a part, such as breaking a turtle's shell. The skill explanation window will indicate if a certain skill has a part break bonus, and battle items can help with stagger and part break as well. Alright, so the world speedrun record for getting to level 50 is 10 hours. The next big tip for those of you who want to speedrun to 50 as fast as possible is to focus on the main orange story quest, but remember 3 things. Be watchful, because the questline color changes from orange to blue, so keep an eye out for this change in Tortoyak. Second, when you reach Arthetine, you need to do all the yellow quests except the ones sending you to a dungeon. The reason for this is that you need to be at least level 49.5 before going to the next region, or you'll have to backtrack. When you do the story mode dungeon for Heart of the Crater, keep an eye out for the mechs that you can jump in. It makes the dungeon super easy and fun, and most players actually miss this. In North Burn, after hitting level 50, in this region you can unlock your Awakening ability. Hit F2 and port to Trician, where the lady there has a purple quest called Awakening. Complete the quest to unlock it. Get your very first tier 1 gear set by completing the Shoeshire quest. Make sure when you travel there that you swap to the Backstoom boat before heading there, or you won't be able to drill through the ice and enter. Once you have your tier 1 gear set, you have officially reached the end game. The only way to continue the main campaign questline is to get your gear item level from 302 all the way up to 460. Your main focus from here on is gear score progression. If you forgot to get the pet at the start, go to Pern Castle, Leonhardt, or Lutherian Castle and finish the purple quest called Meeting with Pet to get your free pet. You need the pet so you can loot dropped items for you in the dungeons. There are 3 things you have to do to gear up now. The first is daily quests. You can do 3 a day. Choose from a list based on what you need. I highly recommend choosing gear upgrade material called rare enhancement material or breakthrough stones. If you have autocomplete scrolls, you can spend them here to autocomplete daily quests. There are guild dailies too, so make sure you join a guild to get even more gains. Second is Chaos Dungeons. Get enhancement material and gear twice a day. Go to Burn and interact with the Chaos Dungeon statue. It is a soloable dungeon that spawns monsters in constantly. It is very easy and quick. The dungeons are gated by your campaign, so pick the one that you are at. The third and final is Guardian Subjugation Monster Hunter mode, where you will fight a bunch of monsters. You can start this quest north of the Chaos Dungeon statue. Just look for the bulletin board. Make sure you queue up for this one with a group. You have a relaxation bar that fills up, which gives you double the rewards, so it's not necessary to do this every day. Do this one whenever your relaxation bar reaches full. As you gear up, you'll unlock more content. Just focus on reaching 460 gear score, then continue with the main campaign. Gathering is a very important part of the game. Press B to switch to life skill mode. This will allow you to use your mining, fishing, lumbering, herbalism, hunting, and archaeology skills. Getting materials is super important as it can help earn gold. Selling on a fresh server is a killer source of income, as prices will be much higher due to everyone trying to skill up, and getting gold is hard. Take advantage of the new server economy while it lasts. You have 4,000 life skill energy per day, so make sure you use it all up. A great trick to maximize your time is lumbering with a friend. If you stand on opposite sides of the tree, you enter a unique animation chopping the tree down much faster, and both of you gain the drops. Another great trick is when you are gathering or questing and there are too many people around is to change the channel you are in. There are multiple channels to ensure a zero lag experience. This means that you can switch to a low population channel whenever you want, and monsters spawn on different timers on each channel. So if the quest monster you are looking for is already being killed, you can simply switch to another channel where he's still alive and complete your quest no problem. Keep in mind that if you want to play with your friends, you will both need to be in the same channel in order to see each other. When you collect gear, make sure you equip the gear with a blue arrow. These are better pieces, and dismantle the garbage piece and sell the junk to a vendor for a little bit of silver. The endgame PvE goal in Lost Ark is to make your gear score as high as possible and unlock more and more dungeons. Enhancing gear uses silver, gold, and enhancement material. You can fail while enhancing your gear, but to my great joy, if you fail, your gear will not drop in score. This makes me so very happy. Lastly, know that you can transfer the enhancement level of your gear to another piece of gear, which is used in two ways. You can transfer level to a gear piece of the same item level and it will be transferred directly, or it can be transferred to a higher item level and it will be adjusted. Alright, so everyone should know about player housing. This is one of the coolest features in the game. Player housing is called strongholds or personal islands. In order to get access to your very own personal island, you have to do every main quest in Burn. Then you will get access to a quest that will unlock your island. You can place and customize placement of furniture on your island as well as NPCs. Yes, that's right, NPCs. Around the world, there are NPCs you can talk to and get acquainted with. This allows you to progress through friendship stages, which unlocks a chain of rewards. The NPC has a heart symbol on them, and you need to reach trust with these NPCs to get rewards, such as crystal boxes or high-level items. The activities you do to get acquainted are play song, do some emotes, deliver gifts, or complete quests. Once you have reached the max affinity, you can invite these NPC friends to your island, which has even more benefits. You can send boats, plus expeditions to do things for you. You can send them on an expedition to complete a raid, and more. The depth and usefulness of the player housing is one of my favorite features, so make sure you use this awesome and fun tool. So, are you overwhelmed yet? Well, too bad, because we have a ton more information to pump into your brain. Alright, pay close attention to this one because it's huge. Go to your settings and use the 21:9 ratio resolution. Absolutely everyone is using this because the PvP pros found out that you can gain a huge competitive advantage in PvP by changing the resolution to see way more than the default resolution. It's great in PvE, but in PvP especially, it opens up the screen more, so if you didn't have it on, your enemies with their larger range of vision might be able to see you way before you can see them. This is a feature that will make streaming the game look very stupid. Sorry, streamers. But unless they remove this from the game, everyone pretty much has to use this unless they want a massive competitive disadvantage. Did you know you can get a variety of rewards from collectibles? There are a ton of collectibles in Lost Ark, and they fall into 5 different categories. Makoko seeds, which are little green colored plants you see on the ground if you walk close enough to them. You can turn them in for rewards. This one is just for the completionists if you want to make everyone else look like casuals. Next, we have Giant's Hearts. You need to go to Rune Plier Island and talk to the Giant's Heart Exchanger Fairy. You can get potions for damage, affinity, skill points, health, masterpieces, and more. Giant's Hearts are probably the best collectible to get skill point potions, so make sure you use this tool. Next, we have the Island's Heart. Go to Alfari's Island and talk to Gavana statue when you have a heart, and it exchanges the heart and gives you a reward. There are a ton of rewards you can get, like potions for more damage or skill points. You can get emotes, reduce cost of ship repairs, increase ship speed, mounts, masterpieces, and secret maps. The last 2 collectibles are masterpieces and adventure books. Masterpieces is one of the best collectibles and has great rewards. This collectible, however, you mainly get from getting other collectibles like Adventure Book or Giant's Hearts. Go to Island on Sunflowers and go to Exchange NPC. The rewards are great, ranging from emotes, card decks, health potions, Soul of Sunflower Island, card energy, and runes. Probably the second best reason to do collectibles is to get the Philanthropist's Casket reward, worth 3,000 to 13,000 gold. Lastly, the Adventure Book. You can get cards which contribute to your Adventure Book, which can give you buffs. Links to all of these collectibles will be in the links down below, so make sure you don't miss out on these great rewards. You will need to make use of your teleportation in order to track all of these down. You can teleport simply from the main map. First, you need to unlock portals that you see. The main questline has you unlock the first portal, then you have to unlock the rest on your own. To find them, look on the map for grayed out triangles. These are portals you haven't unlocked yet. Yellow means you've unlocked them. You can teleport to them whenever you want as long as you're in the region. Later on in the main quest, you will learn how to sail and travel between continents. To travel to another continent, talk to an Embarkliner NPC. You can find them at the port of every harbor, and you can travel for a bit of silver. There are also songs. Songs are used to teleport to certain locations in Lost Ark, such as teleporting out of dungeons, or recalling to previous locations you've been to, or even to your estate. So, yeah, super useful tools to save you a ton of time. You know about silver and gold, but there are other currencies that will massively impact your experience that you need to understand and take advantage of. First is resurrection feathers. They will let you resurrect exactly on the spot that you died. They can only be used to revive yourself. If you don't have a feather, you will have to resurrect at a specific spot. In certain raids, resurrection feathers cannot be used. Next, we have peons. These are used to buy equipment. They are basically gold because you can buy peons with blue crystals, and you can buy blue crystals with gold. Now, let's show you the 3 big currency categories that you need to know. Number 1 is the cash shop currencies. The blue crystals are the main currency used to buy items from the cash shop, including items from Mari's secret shop. They have been used to unlock pet skills and to unlock warehouse space in the Korean version. These are earned by completing certain quests or completing achievements. You can also get them with gold by using the in-game currency exchange, and lastly, can be acquired with royal crystals in the store. Royal crystals are the only currency purchased with real-world money. They are used to buy crystal packages, cosmetics, and other items in the game. How players use royal crystals to profit off of other players will determine how pay to win the game ends up being. Number 2, the token currencies. Here we have courage tokens, also known as the PvP tokens in the game. You can earn mounts, titles, auras, and resources. Slomail crystals are the guild crystals, the 4th most important currency in the game. You get these through guild activities such as logging in, guild support, guild research, spending guild marks, and attending guild versus boss events. You can spend them to buy boxes, potions, and materials. Cornelians, also called Carnelians, are linked to affinity, the NPC relationship system, and you can buy things that give you affinity. You earn them by killing unique mobs, and the most efficient way is to do Epona dailies. If you want affinity with an NPC, spend them on affinity boxes to feed NPCs. You can also farm an outfit without gold or cash by buying them here with Carnelians. The last token is the estate orders. These are used to buy materials, ingredients, tools, food items, and toolkits to make items. You earn these through missions on your estate. Number 3 is the special currencies. The pirate coins, the 3rd most important currency in the game. Its main use is to buy emotes, song, and can be traded for extra materials for your character. The best way to get them is to attend the marine event 3 times a day, alongside a gate event. At the marine events, you get voyage coins, which you can exchange for pirate coins. Go to the harbor and go to exchange ship, where you can exchange the coins for pirate coins. Character shards is a character-bound currency, unlike all the other currencies in the game which are account-wide. These are used to fill up an item in order to upgrade it, and also to upgrade the item. Emerald shards are for tier 1 equipment, sapphire shards are for tier 2 equipment, and citron shards are for tier 3 equipment. Our last special currency is the rift shards. They can be obtained through rifts, which are events that happen at specific times per day. They are used to buy boxes where you can get maps, which are used to run specific dungeons and get gems, catalysts, and engraving books. You definitely need to know the power of engravings. These provide passive skills or bonuses to strengthen your character. Class-specific engravings as well as generic ones can be applied in 3 ways. First, from engraving books, which you just learned. Second, from random engravings on gear. And third, from ability stones. 3 levels per engravement, divided by 15 points. 5 points unlocks 1 level, with the goal being 3 levels for the engravings you need. Don't worry, watch this video as many times as you need, and these tips will make more and more sense as you play the game, and will help prevent you from making any mistakes. Before we move forward, let's change your settings. Go to gameplay, then show, then apply battle outline. This will make your character much easier to spot, which can be a game changer with how much insanity can be exploding on the screen. Not losing track of your character will save your life. Now, go to cursor and pick a huge size, then change the color to something that really sticks out for you. It is important that you don't lose track of where you are clicking. This will improve your skill shots in a big way, no matter if you're running PvE or PvP. Alright, it's time to know what class to pick. You get account experience the more you play, which helps you get perks such as wallpapers or real character stats, but we want to make sure you are playing on the best possible character. The best group composition for Lost Ark is 3 DPS classes and 1 support class. The Bard and the Paladin are the support classes, but every other class in the game is DPS. The support class is there to give defensive buffs and makes every other party member way stronger, meaning less stress on the DPS, which results in vastly improved damage output. Now remember, that fun is the most important thing, and you can pick whatever role you want and any character you like. That said, we did intensive research, and according to the top Russian and Korean players, plus analyzing data of the top 100 ranked PvPers, here is the conclusive data on the best of the best, so you can play the most OP characters in the game. The best overall classes in the game are coming in at number 1, the Holy Knight, also known as the Paladin. Coming in at number 2, the Bard. Support classes being the top 2 classes in the game are absolutely no surprise at all. Coming in at number 3, we have the Scouter. And in number 4, we have the Lance Master. Special mentions, which are also insanely OP, are the Deathblade, the Summoner, and the Gunslinger. Now, on the opposite end of the scale, we have also looked at the worst rated classes in the game, and it seems the classes you are most encouraged to avoid would be the Reaper, the Striker, and the Scrapper. Now keep in mind that these are world champion PvPers. PvE is of course a totally different thing. The reason this matters is because players will be way more dangerous than an AI dungeon boss could ever be. So preparing yourself for the real endgame, the ultimate challenge, will make sure that even if you aren't a PvPer, you will have the option, if you ever change your mind or get dragged into it by your PvP jerk friends. Our data for this video is built on a combination of all released versions of the game, which are basically the same. So you'll notice some names of the things will vary. If this video helped you out, come and join my team. Please hit that sub button, smash that like, and a massive thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep this channel going. If you like the insane amount of research that we do for you and you would like to see more videos, you can support for as little as a coffee a month. Check the links in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah!